Boys, it is Sunday. It is July 14th, and we got that old ass man speaking one more time, which is honestly whatever because he'll be done for a while and it gives us a really nice week of trading. We've got like bare minimum news, which is honestly ideal. My little old ass about to pass the fuck out after I make this and upload it. But on some real shit, we have NQ and ES, dude. Absolutely, honestly, really good days considering the news that we had on Friday. It was really, really smooth. So clearly, you can tell by the confluences on the screen we had a bearish bias going into both days. So let me get Marco open here. Dude, I took a 2 week break from being on my computer. Sorry, a 2 day little staycation with Bay, and like coming back to my technology and shit. But I swear to God, I went back to my primitive features. It was crazy. But on the okay, so here's market open, boys. As you can see, we'll chill on the 1 hour. Coming into this market open, we were bearish, right? We broke structure to the downside, and we were just overall bearish. We had this 1 hour candle or 4 hour candle that we were waiting to see close because if we closed above this would have been a break of structure to the upside, indicating a bullish day. On Friday, I was not here for a lot of the market. I was here for probably about a half hour into market open, so I wasn't really willing to take any trades, and I would have had no service, so it just wasn't the right thing to do. On the 1 hour, you can see we have, I think it was CPI. It came down and took out our previous session liquidity. So it took out this liquidity, which I just deleted, right? Right here. So obviously, there goes our take profit levels for any shorts that we're going to take. I was just fucking around. I did not take this, by the way. I just slammed this on the screen and then it's still loaded. Excuse me, we'll go over that. So, with that being said, we did not break structure in pre-market, and boom, the 1 hour, 9 hour candle closes with a break of structure to the upside. We're waiting for the 4 hour close, and we get this 4 hour close on this candlestick. So, with that being said, we're targeting initially this 1 hour bearish imbalance. That's what we were targeting to take shorts out of. We got this break of structure. Shorts are invalidated. The day was pretty much just invalidated for us. We wanted to see this be a sweep of these highs and down. We also did have to keep in mind, though, the bullish momentum coming to the fact that we probably want to balance out price here on this move. So we hit equilibrium. With that being said, under the 1 hour, we have this 5 minute. We had no real good break structure to the downside, no bearish confluences, so that was kind of invalidated. Right here, though, we come into this bearish imbalance on the 1 hour, and we as well break structure to the upside on the 5 minute after sweeping out our previous session liquidity. So buy side liquidity gone. We get a break of structure to the upside, and we get hit with a few imbalances here. What these imbalances indicate is orders that weren't able to be filled. They were buy orders that could not get filled. So what does price do? We dribble on down into these imbalances and we continue our move. So the only trade that we really would have had would have been the close of this doji, picking up this small amount of buy orders, stops outside the imbalance, and you could have TP'd equilibrium. Yes, you would have potentially been stopped out break even, depending how you're trading. I would have been if I were to be holding. So I would have just been targeting the fill of this imbalance, and that would have been game, which you can see was a pretty quick run. So that was actually probably under like 15 minutes, but it's still a dub. So that's pretty much the trade potential recap that we could have had. And that honestly dictates the rest of the thoughts for the rest of the week, because on the 4 hour, you can see here on NQ, we came up and we just respected EQ. We still have more sell orders to pick up here within this imbalance. We came to about to the 50% of it. This is the 1 hour imbalance. We can get rid of that. And NQ, or sorry, that was NQ. That's pretty much the entire day. There's really nothing really to talk about other than for Friday. So on to ES, we have just about the exact same thing. But ES was kind of crazy, to be honest. I wasn't expecting this insane move right here, which we ended up completely invalidating equilibrium on both sides. So on the 4 hour, obviously coming into market open, we were bearish. We had no break structure to the upside, so there was no real trade. But due to the fact that NQ broke structure to the upside on the 1 hour and 4 hour, kind of just get a clue for what ES is going to do. They move alike, right? So let me get rid of this. That's just noise. We have a draw on liquidity. We were coming into this market open with a bearish bias. We get this draw right here. Boom. We run the liquidity instead of sweeping it. This 1 hour imbalance, we completely take out, and we head straight for equilibrium. With that being said, CPI in pre-market ends up sweeping our buy side liquidity, giving us no more reason to come down, because if we were shorting, from these areas, right? Keep in mind, same thing with NQ. If we were taking shorts out of here, we were targeting this here with our stops outside this imbalance. It would probably be like this somewhere, right? So this was our take profit because we know that this is a draw on liquidity. With that being said, market took it out pre-market, not really our time of trading, and continued towards equilibrium, tore past equilibrium, didn't give a fuck about it. And into the 5-minute, I was curious to see that, as you can see, this is the exact same time that I placed this NQ trade here for the long. On ES, I had the thought process to see if we could get a 1-minute inverse. I was on the road at this point in time too, by the way. But if we could get a 1-minute inverse, that would have been completely cheese. I was like, no way this works out. As you can see, here's this inverse. I was like, fuck it, let's see what happens. Just slap the chart onto the screen and called it a day. This would have been our lower time frame draw on liquidity, even though our main draw on liquidity had already been taken. But that's what the trade would have looked like initially if we were trying to get a proper reversal / respect from these higher time frame confluences to confirm the bearish bias. But as you can see, we broke structure to the upside, which is unfortunate. Let me get to it. Here we go. We didn't break structure to the downside or anything on the higher time frames. Disrespected all of our bearish confluences. Hypothetically, if we had respect, this would have been the play that we would have been looking for. Obviously, we were completely against the trend, but there were no trades taken on Friday. And yeah, so ES continued to blare through this equilibrium. Did not stop, did not hesitate. But now we have this little bitty witty inverse, we have this little inverse, and we have this inverse, which on the 1 hour, another inverse. Honestly, though, we need to see this candle close first and see how it ends up. Personally, I'm not a fan of what the chart's looking like right now due to the fact that we're still all-time highs, and all-time highs are just not fun to play with. I don't like trading all-time highs. So I do kind of have a bearish bias, but it's only due to the fact that, I mean, I can't really... Hypothetically, this is a liquidity sweep, right? And we just swept all-time high liquidity. Time to take out sell side, buy side, who knows? By the way, I just say buy side and sell side. I say it in this manner, buy side and sell side. I know I'm pretty sure it's the complete opposite, but it's just the way my brain understands it. So just let you guys know if that confuses you while I'm saying it. Bro, I'm so tired. Okay, I'm just gonna queue this up because there ain't really much else to talk about. I don't have much of a weekly outlook right now. I want to see Monday before I make the weekly outlook. So it is currently 7 p.m. on July 14th, and Friday, or sorry, oh my god, why did I even say Friday? On July 15th, on Monday, I won't be trading, and I highly recommend none of y'all trade, especially if you see this do not trade. We have Fed Powell speaking for the last time, and then on the 16th on Tuesday, we 100% will be live trading. So I'm going to catch y'all then. I love you guys.